Hey guys, thought I'd make a quick video about the recent bike announcements from KTM, Honda, and Suzuki. All three have officially revealed new bikes for 2023 in the last 2 weeks, last two at EICMA. Of course, some being newer than others. First up, the 2023 KTM 690 Enduro. What can I say? It has new plastics. That's it. At least it looks a lot better. Even if they just inverted the gray and orange. The seat should have been black to provide a little more contrast, but I'm sure most owners will swap it out anyways. The SMC has a new color scheme as well. Objectively, it looks fine, even if I'm not such a big fan of the shades of blue that they incorporated. Anyways, nothing else has changed except for the price, which will likely be another $250 over last year, which is just the way it goes, I guess. I spoke with my local dealer if they had been given pricing, but it sounds like they're going to find out the same time we do. They did agree, however, that it would likely be another $200 to $250 over last year. Moving on to an actual new model from Honda, the 2023 Transalp has officially been revealed. At first glance, I felt it was a bit underwhelming. I still kind of feel that way. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people feel that way. This bike has been talked up and hyped for quite a while now. Maybe not as much as the Tenere 700, but still, by bringing back the Transalp name, a lot of people have high expectations for the bike. Until people are able to get some seat time on one of them, we only have the stats to go on. The bike has a curb weight of 458 pounds. Right there with the Tenere and 890 Adventure. It makes a surprising 90 horsepower from a 755cc parallel twin, but at the same time only makes 55 pound-feet of torque. It makes a lot more sense when you take into account that it's the same motor from the new Hornet, which was developed for the street. But honestly, the more I look at the two side by side, the more similarities I see. They're likely even built on the same production line. Probably just swap out some parts and there you go. The tire choices on the Transalp are also a bit sus. They may be a 21-18 setup, but the rubber choices are either Metzler Karoo Streets or Dunlop Mixed Tours. And neither is a suitable adventure bike option in my opinion. Finally, one last negative or positive, depending on how you look at it. The Transalp comes in several different packages or trim levels. Each comes with different storage options, ergonomics, and controls. However, only one of them gives you an actual skid plate. Then again, most factory skid plates are trash anyway. So if it saves money and you can put a better one on yourself, there might not be such a bad idea. At least the plate that comes in the rally pack looks like a substantial one. Now, I know I probably sound like a negative Nancy, but there were a few things that I liked, and they all had to do with the electronics no less. If you've seen my last video on the 690 Enduro, I chided it for all the nanny electronics KTM has added in recent years. But when it comes to the Transalp, it actually has a few electronic features that I wouldn't mind having on the 690. First, auto-canceling turn signals. I mean, who doesn't want that feature? The Transalp also has an emergency stop signal, which flashes the hazard lights when the bike slows down in a hurry. That's a lovely safety feature for any bike to have. And finally, my favorite thing about the Transalp is the ride-by-wire throttle, which offers 5 different drive modes. I'm not even going to talk about the first 4, which are programmed in by Honda, but the 5th is the one that matters. This is the user mode, which allows the rider to set engine power, engine braking, traction control, and ABS. Best of all, it remembers your settings so you don't need something stupid like a dongle for the bike to stay the same after restarting it. There's also no talk about a demo mode, where Honda might shut off your electronics after a few hundred miles unless you pay extra. That's more of a European thing, I guess. As far as the price for the Transalp, I would guess somewhere around $10,000 to $11,000. Seeing as the Hornet is only about $7,800, I can't imagine it would cost much more to adventurize it. Suzuki, not wanting to be outdone, yet getting outdone regardless, has also announced their new V Strom 800DE. It's probably the best V Strom yet, and yet it comes a little too late to matter. Too heavy and too expensive is what I got out of it. With the 650 Adventure at 10.8 and the 1050 Adventure at 17.6, the 800 will have to land somewhere in between. Although there is talk of it replacing the 650, but it's definitely got to come in at a higher price, I would think. With the Tenere, Transalp, and even the Touareg 660 as competition, the new V Strom fails to generate much interest for me. It doesn't do anything new or offer anything more than its competition. It simply caught up to the back of the pack. The bike is so underwhelming that I'm not even going to go into details of it. You can check out all the coverage yourself at EICMA from whoever. It's just a no for me. Well, I think that does it for now. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you do, there might be more like this in the future. So